Good day, fellas. I hope you're ready for your daily dose of skill. And today we are going to feature Mini Mouse, aka Mäuschen. I think Mäuschen means Mini Mouse, right? Anyways, this vehicle, fellas, I thought I will suffer through the grind of this tank. I truly thought I will hate my life and I will hate myself while playing with this tank. Because, you know, in the current world of tanks, when the speed is 20 kilometers per hour, obviously you can make it better with a turbo, but still it is not very enjoyable, right? So what was my strategy? I checked one person of the stream said, skill, test out the new game mode, which is called the recon missions, right? Check it out. How is it looking like? And you know, you can grind mark of excellence and everything there, and it is true, right? So the score which we managed to get with this tank, it is absolutely out of this world. Please, fellas, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, take a look. We played 64 battles. In 64 battles we raised mark of excellence up to 100% with average damage of 3,800 assisting damage. This is huge score. This is absolutely insane, and in order to mark this vehicle we needed to play for 3,500 combined. So I am extremely happy what we crafted over last couple of days, and overall experience, I am not joking, fellas, it was very good in those maps, and I will show you every single map each time, and I want to show you what those maps are all about, so you will know what is happening. And we still have like 2 days to test those maps, so fellas, please go and test them out. They are actually pretty damn interesting, especially for heavy tanks. They are pretty damn good. For light tanks I was suffering, but I cannot complain too much because I played last couple of days with the tanks which was slow, you know, 20 kilometers per hour, 25, and whenever I was sitting in the light tank I was thinking, yeah, unfortunately brain did not work that well, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, Mäuschen, you beautiful, magnificent bastard. It was pleasure to play with you. See ya. I believe it is about the time to get rid of this thing. Trukst. Mäuschen, gun, GG, finito. Thank you very much for everything, buddy. And now let's teleport into the action, shall we? It is going to be pretty damn interesting, I can promise you that. Let's go. And we are back, fellas. So the first map which we are having is called Foothills. And I can tell you one very simple thing, fellas. Every single map is working just great for Mr. Mäuschen. At least that's what I noticed, and like I said before, I am going to show you all the things and how is it looking like. Anyways, first map. So what we are doing here and what is this map is all about. This map, if you would pay attention here, you would notice this is mini Siegfried line. It is looking like this, but whenever you are going into the city it has completely different feeling. At least in my humble opinion, it is different from the Siegfried line, especially the middle here, because you have a perfect cooldown for a Ruski tank and you can pretty much do very good things. Overall, middle is kind of alright for a light tanks, but in the same time there could be situations when you are... Petite, am I disturbing you? Hey, no. Zero respect, fellas. Zero respect. Anyway, so what is happening here, fellas? Once again, middle is okay for light tanks, and light tanks can play here, mediums can play here, bushwankers can sit in the base and even go a bit more aggressive here. But now we are focusing on the heavy tank gameplay into the cities. So what is happening, fellas? As you can see, if enemies are making a bit of pressure like this, you can easily punish them if the gun handling is not treating you like a big pile of kaku, right? And once again, this is the best battle with this vehicle on this map for a reason. That means enemies was making quite a bit of mistakes, and I am feeling very happy with all of this, right? Plus on top of that, since Mäuschen is tall, we are having way better angles than anyone else which is not so tall, right? And this is very important thing to say. I picked sideways, I took one for the team, but to be fair with you, very well deserved, and that was on me. I was playing like big pile of poop, and not much what I can change about this. In other words, I can't complain for my stupidity. Here too, I shouldn't peek before I had a shot, and that's on me, fellas. But we are feeling still completely fine, and we are waiting until enemies are going to be a bit more involved. I'm trying to check out the angles because, believe me, this is new. This is new for me. Speaking about this map, right? I played this map, I don't know, 10 times tops, right? And this is as much as I can tell you. But city area is working great for absolutely every heavy tank. Even T95 can have a great time, right? Although I can tell you one thing. After I played with a Mäuschen, I played some battles with a T95, and after this, I can appreciate the turret. I know it sounds weird because T95 is so much better tank than Mäuschen. Let's get real, it is just way better, but not having turret can be annoying as F. Anyways, look at this beauty. We are just trying to farm everyone who is trying to get involved into this, and now you might think, skill, you are doomed. Yeah, you wish. You wish, fellas, not so quickly. You see, the best thing for us in this situation is we are just chilling on our corner, and if enemies are trying to peek, we are going to make sure they are going to regret their life choices. And trying to make a tough angle to penetrate for enemies. Even though enemies have like 4 guns, we have 2 guns, we are still feeling very, very good, and I will show you why so. So, speaking about this position, fellas, it is literally perfect hold down for tanks like Maus. You are going in and you actually can do very, very, very many bad things for the enemies. So, for example, what this Esterva key stands for Kaku can do? Absolutely nothing, fellas. Absolutely nothing. And even though this guy is shooting full APCRs, I literally don't care, right? Obviously, if you would pay attention at our play, what we have done, whenever our ass started burning, I loaded APCRs too, for obvious reasons, right? And since our ass is not burning anymore, I am going to the standard ammunition, and we are trying to make sure this Estervaki Akakaku will have a great time and he will enjoy himself. Obviously, this gentleman is not really happy about this performance, but this is completely understandable, and I mean, he was witnessing half of his team getting banged, so if I would be in his side, I wouldn't be very, very happy either. So the score is relatively equal, although as you can see, 140 is saying no, I am ready to beat the living crap out of you. And once again, we are returning to our turtle nest, and good luck beating the living crap out of us, 140. Good luck. And 140 probably is thinking, what to do now? And what to do? Do I want to peek against the Mäuschen? This is the question. Do I want to peek against the Mäuschen? Yeah, I should peek against the Mäuschen. And Trukst into Cupola, unfortunately, this one is not connecting. We are trying to make a very nice angle. This is not easy to penetrate, and 140 saying, "F this shit, I'm out. I do not really want to play with you." And I noticed that, so I decided to make a bit pressure myself. Skill, stop camping in the base, make pressure. Good. As you can see, I decided to make a bit of pressure because I see the 140 made quite a bit of mistakes, and we are smacking him in the face for 477. Obviously, there is still quite a bit of meatballs left in this battle, and look at this shot. Can we kill the Liz? Oh yes, we can. Beautiful. Liz is going down. So we have 3 kills. We have 6.2 thousand damage, 1,000 assisting damage, and battle is relatively equal, speaking about HP, but there is one thing which I need to mention, and not everyone knows that. Speaking about the hit points, if tanks are not getting into your render range here, you do not know how many HP they have, and the scoreboard can be not very, very accurate. So keep this in mind. It is very, very important thing to say, and this is how it works. So as you can see, if E50 will get spotted, there is a chance HP will change, and indeed it did, and it was like 2000 HP in our favor. So keep this in mind. It is very, very important thing to highlight. Anyways, beautiful shot to the E50. E50 is eliminated, and we are sitting pretty damn well. So honestly, this map, from what I can tell and from what I have seen, it is absolutely amazing for a heavy tanks. I played couple of battles with the light tanks. I was struggling. I got couple of times like 5000 combined, but in the same time I got penetrated by Arta quite at least once. I remember that for 900 M55 said high, and I got derped by the T49, and once again I played this map with the light tanks 4 times or 5 times, and it wasn't as great as it is for a heavy tanks. It is just not that great, and not much what you can change about this. Anyways, end of the battle. Beautiful. Charfutur is trying to escape. Obviously it is not going to be that easy, especially when we are tracking him and whenever we are sending him back to the garage. So overall score 7.2 thousand damage, 3000 assisting damage. Call me dirty, but I think it is an excellent score for this tank. Do you want to see more maps? My pleasure. Let's teleport to the other game. And we are back with a brand new map yet again. And what do we have? We have a map which is called Place of Power. So pretty much how this map is looking like, apart speaking of fact, the middle is looking like a small PP if you would pay attention here. But once again, maybe it's only my imagination and I am seeing the dicks everywhere. Anyways, what I want to say, fellas, I want to say this map was probably one of the best for... I mean, all of those maps were great for a heavy tanks, and I will show you why. Whenever you are playing tanks like Mäuschen, E100 or any other box tank, you can side scrap pretty damn well, especially against the people which don't really know how to deal with you in a way, right? So this is very important thing to say. And even if people knows how to deal with you, if they are not willing to tap that 2 key, then situation is looking pretty damn good for you. I will show you the performances overall with this vehicle. Your mind will be blown how consistent we were when we was playing with this tank. I mean, the third mark of excellence on the tier 9 in 50 games, that's something, and that's very, very impressive, fellas. If you are a tank marker yourself, you know exactly what I am talking about. Anyways, let's speak about this map. What I noticed, tank destroyers usually was sitting here, some of them was sitting here, some of them was sitting here, and light tanks have some positions here in the middle, and they can even cross like this, and this is very important thing to highlight. But now when we have this out of the way, I really want to show you what this tank is capable of doing. And as you can see, I am feeling like I am beating the living crap out of the tourists. Honestly, this is how I am feeling like. And you are taking the bloody Mäuschen, and before this, fellas, I thought the Mäuschen is a big pile of poop as a tank itself. Honestly, that's what I thought. And the thing is, as you can see, situation is looking a bit different. Obviously, since we are dealing with a heavy tanks, I am going with quite a bit of APCRs, right? I think at this time I had the third mark of excellence, and we are getting closer to get up to 100%. So I want to be smart, you know, I want to get as much use as we physically and possibly can, and I want to progress with our grind. Anyways, it's not about that, it's about this position. So pay attention, fellas. Side scrapping on the corner with this beautiful brick of the tank, and we are making sure enemies won't like and won't enjoy their life choices. It is looking just beautiful. Plus on top of that, you might think, but still the E75 is having the angle on you. You can have whatever angle do you want. It doesn't really change anything, because if I have an upper ground for E75 to punish us, it is not so simple, and in the same time we can simply snap him and turn back. And this is how you are playing with the tanks like E100, Maus, or other brick vehicles, right? You are trying to make an angle which is not easy penetratable, and then you are trying to beat the living crap out of the enemies. Right here, Starva penetrated us without any problems with the standard ammunition. I think that was either into the lower plate or that was into the cupola, but doesn't really change anything because Starva is dead, and together E75 is following this person too, right? Look at this. And one of the biggest mistakes which I noticed in this battle or in this map, people are trying to take the lower part. Fellas, don't go to the lower ground in this map unless you have a huge advantage. And the main reason why am I saying so, it's not because you have a disadvantage when you are playing in the lower ground. It's not even because of that. It is because of the people which can snipe you from here. So this Leopard, he has an angle to shoot people here, and yeah, this is very important thing to highlight, as you can see. And people which are playing in the middle, they are not enjoying themselves, and they are definitely not saying It is so much fun. Believe me, it is not the case. Also, I really want I had a very fun situation in this map. I truly did when maybe I can even show you that battle, because it was absolutely adorable and it was epic. Anyways, we are punishing the tourist Emil. Even though he has heat ammunition, it doesn't change absolutely anything, because he is getting he's getting his free ticket to the garage, right? Okay, how about the 430? Are you going to pick 430s, considering his life choices? And he is speaking. And once again, we are having pretty damn great time. Speaking about the great time, Object 268 is having extremely nice position, and this bush is working very well for him. Well, it's not even a bush, it is a tree. And remember when I said, fellas, don't drop down, because otherwise the situation could be a bit different, and you might not enjoy yourself that much if you are going to do so. Well, you are going to see what will happen next. We still have a lot of HP, we have 2/3 of HP easily, and yes, we are trying to make a very nice angle so object won't penetrate us. Unfortunately, I did not aim it very well, but look at this beauty. Our ramming skill is actually working on this tank. Look at this and the angle. Look at the angle which I'm making. It is not really easy to penetrate for him, even without even with a gold, and that's very important thing to mention. Meanwhile, 268 is making pressure, Object is making pressure, T95 is making pressure. I'm derping my shot. A bit of the panic mode is completely fine, fellas. No one died from it, well, apart me soon in this game, unfortunately, but the situation is looking very bad now. And yeah, T95, fellas, and Object. I made a mistake in this game here, especially when I did not try to hit the T95 via the track. That's my fault, and there was a person which highlighted this in the stream, and he said, Skill, why the flying if you did not try to penetrate T95 via the track? And that's on me. I made a mistake, unfortunately, and not much what I can change about this. Anyways, this is another great game in this map. Once again, pretty damn cool and pretty nice, and I think we made it work very well. And you know what, I really want to show you another game. Honestly, I just remembered this, and I truly want to share that with you. It's going to be in the same map like this. Score is going to be very good, but one of the moments in this game, it is going to be laughable. So let's do this. And we are back, fellas. So what do we have now? We have the same side, we have the same map, but I think this time we are going to save a bit of the time while doing this. This is the fastest you will ever see Mäuschen going in its life. So we are going to position where we played before as usual, right? And whenever we are hitting that position, we are going to stop down a bit and slow down. And as you can see, once again, same situation. We are taking the same corner, because I figured it out. This is one of the better positions to play, and you are actually having pretty damn excellent time. So once again, 430 is taking one for the team. T and Hash is taking one for the team, especially people which are thinking about dropping down. This is very, very important thing to say. Do not drop down in this position. This is not that great, and believe me, if you are going to drop down, you are not going to enjoy yourself as much. This is a fact, and I can guarantee you that. Obviously, I'm thinking how to eliminate this guy from the game for obvious reasons, and I'm wondering, can I find a nice angle for him or not really. Now I can see 263 sitting in the back, but look at this beauty. There is T and a Hash, which is simply saying politely, skill, do you mind? And I'm saying I don't mind. We hit him in the face for 400 damage, which is always nice, or actually 500 damage. And this is the typical situation of perfection how to play with a Mäuschen, honestly. Mäuschen, E100, this is just perfection. You are face hugging the wall and you are trying to beat the living crap out of the enemies which are trying to peek against you. Although, very important thing to mention is, if, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you are going to face the people which are shooting the gold ammunition, you can definitely expect to get penetrated without any doubts whatsoever. And now I am a bit more concerned about this, and I truly mean it, and the main reason why so, because 430 is penetrating us very, very well, and it is understandable, right? I do not want to lose more HP here because it is way too dangerous, it is way too risky. And this 430 is doing absolutely amazing job, and as you can see, he is penetrating us like hot knife through the butter. And the funny thing is, 430 do not really have that great of the gold penetration, honestly. But as you can see, he is doing the things and he is making us to suffer a bit. But once again, that's understandable, and I am feeling pretty damn great anyways. Even though our team score is kind of, well, overall score here is kind of equal, I am still feeling alright. I know there is quite a bit of the enemies which we can punish, and if you would pay attention at this game, you would notice we haven't fired a single gold round yet, and this is very important thing to mention, fellas. It is. So once again, wait a bit, patience. Our T and Hash lost his patience, he's going in front, and I really want to get a bit involved here, but once again, to penetrate 263, it is very hard job. I can penetrate his lower plate, or I can penetrate his engine deck, which is extremely hard thing to do, and as you can see, our guys which took the lower ground, they are not enjoying themselves whatsoever. So for every single of you, what I can say, don't take lower ground, fellas. Okay, Conqueror, do you want to peek? Obviously, Conqueror is in the other side. I can see that on the maxi map, fellas. I can see that. But I'm thinking, what are my options? How I could get a bit involved here. And as you can see, our team is losing by 2000 HP, fellas. Although we have 2 guns advantage, which is always nice and always welcome. By the way, what enemy team is doing here, it is absolutely madness. It is nuts. By saying this, I mean T95 is going through the open field like this. Object is going through the open field like this. I mean, it is madness. But in the same time, when people are testing the new maps, I believe this is understandable. Not everyone knows how to play those maps, and unfortunately, but this is how it works and this is how it goes, right? Just how World of Tanks is working. Meanwhile, Conqueror is thinking about peeking. Unfortunately, we did not penetrate his side, and I honestly thought the angle is good enough for us to deal with him, but it is how it is. Anyways, we are just chilling here and waiting until he is going to peek, and he is thinking about peeking, and this time we were able to hit him in the face for 490, which is absolutely amazing. This game is so much closer, and maybe this game is this game has a bit well, not a bit, way lower amount of their gold ammunition spammed, right? So maybe it is going to be useful for quite some of the players which are not willing to tap their 2 key, and it's completely up to you, right? I'm not one of those guys which are yelling about the gold ammunition, but I do not spam it 100% myself, if that makes sense, right? Unless we are having very hard mark of excellence, or we are dealing against the opponent which actually has some armor, for example Mouse, and I believe that's fair and clear. Another beautiful shot into the side of the Conqueror, and soon the things will become so much better. Okay, let's speed the things up a bit, right? So as you can see, I'm trying to make a decision what the flying F do I want to do. Can I make pressure? I cannot make pressure. Do I want to get involved? I don't want to get involved, and I made a decision to go in front and kill the Conqueror and kill the 430 for obvious reasons, right? So Conqueror is here, we are snapping Conqueror in the face, beautiful. Now we are going to outplay the 430 pretty damn well, and look at this beauty. He's derping his shot in the side, and that's it. And this is the particular reason why I am sharing this map. Kids, cover your eyes. Parents, please, or lovely fathers, please do not tell your wife you was looking this video. And boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, get your cowboy hat on. Oh boys, fellas, oh boys, oh boys, oh no, no, no. Worth every single bit. Worth every single bit. Okay, so how the things went, he actually saved us after some time, and you know what, that was absolutely amazing. I had so much fun while doing this, and I believe people which witnessed this live, you know exactly what I'm talking about. With a tank like this to ride the T-95, it was absolutely amazing. Obviously we are winning this battle, hip hip hooray. I apologize for speed up, but there is nothing more interesting what is going to happen in this battle, and I'm very grateful for the T-95 for a quality experience, if you know what I mean. You are not getting this kind of taxi that often with the tanks like Mäuschen. I really wanted to share this replay with you, and it was absolutely amazing, fellas. Okay, let's go. And we are back with a third game, with a third battle, and this is Volga map, right? This is Volga map. So what do we have here, fellas? We have another great map for a heavy tanks, and I know it looks like skill. How you can even say something like this? What do you mean great map for a heavy tank? Hear me out. This position is pretty much perfect for heavy tanks, and it's even perfect for tank destroyers or medium tanks which are trying to find the angle like this. Plus on top of that, for a light tanks you can go somewhere here, or maybe somewhere even there. Medium tanks can play there too, and in fact if you are sitting somewhere here you can find a perfect angle to punish people which is chilling here in the back. In other words, this map is very, very nice. At least that's what I noticed so far, and the best strategy which I had is by going to those houses. It is not really working that well it is not working that well against the if you are playing with tank destroyers like Jack Pizda, for example. If you don't really have a turret, it's not that great because you need to cover many positions, and as you can see, you can get slaughtered quite a bit, but in the same time, fellas, it can work well. I had multiple battles in this position, and I did not really knew what to choose, so I chosen the one which had the most damage dealt. But overall, usually you are getting quite a bit of assisting damage here, and so on, right? It is just great great play. I know the start is looking a bit slow, but you need to be a bit patient and wait until enemies will get a bit involved. For example, as you can see, this 263 is involved and he is taking one for the team right in the face. But once again, it is understandable. That art is going to be annoying SF, but it is completely fine. I could have seen that one coming, and I definitely can't cry about this because I am playing in the open field. Once again, there was multiple games when there were no artists, but it's better to show you the game like this, at least in my humble opinion, so we will know the threads and you will know the threads which is waiting for you, right? Anyways, we know the 263 is sitting here in the corner, and I am truly interested in this guy. I want to make him very, very happy, if you know what I mean. Other 263 is spotted, and I'm thinking maybe I can find the right angle for him, but it is not so easy. Anyways, he's getting unspotted. Spoiler alert. Oh yeah, so spoiler alert, it is definitely a penetration. Speaking about 263, so that's nice. Another 263, hello there. This is what I am talking about whenever I am saying this position can work extremely well and you can actually farm the enemy forces. It is very, very, very good position. Even though we are losing a lot of HP and you might think, skill, really this is the best battle which you managed to get with this tank. Oh, come on, skill. I definitely expected so much more from you. This is not necessarily bad. Trust me on this one. Why so? Because our team is still kind of winning on HP, which is very good, and in the same time we are going to start crafting the angles. I remember this game very, very well, honestly, and I think that was one of the hardest games here, but it is not that bad to share that with you, I think. Anyways, minus 500 damage to the VK-45 AK Slipper, very, very good, and look at this. We can get even more involved here if I really want to. I can push in front and I can find even better angles. Or alternatively, I can sit here and wait until enemies will try to get a bit involved with themselves. And if they are going to get involved with themselves, this is going to be absolutely amazing. Phase 1 decided to peek, and kaboom, we are hitting him for 480. And we are just trying to hold this position for obvious reasons, trying to make a bit shitter angle for the enemies to penetrate. That's okay. Luckily, T95 was very, very unlucky, and now what am I dreaming? I am dreaming about this phase 1 kill. Phase 1 is dead. Beautiful. Once again, fellas, upper ground is super duper hyper turbo important thing. If you have upper ground, you definitely have an advantage over the enemies, and in this kind of situation, as you can see, we are sitting on the upper ground, enemies are sitting on the lower ground. And skill, have you ever failed in this map? Absolutely yes. My first game in the EU server was to go a bit more aggressive like this, like enemies are playing, and I got completely banged and I simply got slaughtered for my stupidity, honestly. So this is the thing. Anyway, so far life is beautiful, everything is looking good. We are trying to say hello for object 277, and 277 is not really happy about our friendliness, I would say. I'm ignoring the T54 because there is no chance I'm going to reach this guy in time. It is just simply not worth it, and I think it is just a waste of the time. And we have a couple of the remaining guys left here. We are eliminating 263, which is always nice. We are hitting Leo once in the face and we are getting slaughtered. Since we have a blind shot, this is close to 6,000 damage game, and that's what we have with the Mäuschen, fellas. Honestly, absolutely amazing experience which I had in the Recon game mode. Although obviously I need to highlight this, we were playing in the RU server, and by the looks of it, RU server is not spamming that much gold. Anyways, I want to show you the stats and performances which we had, and let's do this, fellas. Let's go. And we are back. Look, I want to show you one very, very important thing. Those are the games in row, as you can see by the timing. So look at this. We had one map 6,000, other map 5,500, other map 3,300, other map 5,000, other map 5,800, other map 7,000, other map 3.4, 3.6, 3,000 plus shit ton of assisting damage, 3.4 assisting damage, 6 assisting damage, 4 assisting damage. That's what I'm saying. And those are the games in row. row. This is not like the best games. Those are the games in row. And when we had standard battles, yeah, 2,400, 4,000, 2,000. Yeah, I think it got changed quite a bit when we started playing in the recon game mode, because once again people are testing the things and you are testing the things too while shooting, right? Anyways, let's teleport into the score and let's see. Well, actually, we don't really need to teleport into the score, do we? Let's go to the first page. And the first battle which I shared with you was the Foothills, where we got the best damage game, which is much appreciated and it is always nice. Solid Ace Wanker, 7.2 thousand damage, 4 kills, 3,000 assisting damage, 1.9 base experience, which is absolutely crazy, and we made profits because we weren't spamming the full gold, which is nice. After that, we had 2 games and Place of Power map, right? The one famous map where we raided the T95 and it was absolutely worth it. Anyways, but this map is this situation is a bit different. Remember when I got slaughtered by the enemy tank destroyer, 7,000 damage, 1.7 base experience, 13,000 profits, even though we were firing quite a bit of the APCRs, but as you can see, we managed to break even. After that, we had the map and the situation when we was riding the T95, 6.6 thousand damage, obviously Ace Wanker, 1.7 base experience, 31,000 profits, shit ton of medals and everything. And after that we had the last the game which I showed you in the Volga. Once again, there was probably better battles which I could pick, but there was so many of them, it is just simply hard to pick something. And we got 5.8 thousand damage, 1.2 thousand assisting damage, 3 kills, obviously high caliber, and 1.4 base experience. Beautiful, fellas. There is nothing more what I can say. It was absolutely amazing and legendary session with the Mäuschen, and I had absolute blast while playing. And I don't know, I don't really think it was because of the tank. I think it was because of the recon mode. But yeah, either way, we are done with this brick and we don't need to play with that vehicle ever again. So thank you very much for watching. That was your daily dose of skill. It was a long one, but there was a lot of things to talk about. Anyways, love you all and see you next time. Skill is out. Peace.